Alright, and then there's also this paint protection film, and it comes off very well, the remnants, with acetone. We have our clear coats, we have our catalyst. For a wipe-on application outside in the middle of the day, I did not exactly follow the instructions here, but it's glossy looking. Alright, we're back to some little fixes here, and one thing I am trying out is I got this little battery adapter for an 18 to 20 volt battery on DeWalt. This was like 10 bucks on Amazon. It does technically work, but it is not particularly good. And I'll show you why. So, fits in there pretty well. You'd think, okay, this should be easy, right? Let's just plug this in. Most of the time it does go in. However, these blades are so like soft and pliable, like half the time when you try and put a battery in, it will bend these, and I really don't like that. Like, it'll probably work for me for now, but I would not recommend this particular adapter. The DeWalt one is like 30 bucks. I would probably just spring for the DeWalt brand one. This one's just kind of cheesy. Again, it works, but you know. So, this is a much older drill that I own, and I figured since we're going to be doing a little bit more cleanup here down around the tailgate, I missed this initially when I was doing the prep work for clear coat. So I'm going to try out this this big drill, and we'll see how it does on taking out these stickers. Alright, I think that is working pretty well. I'm going to pause here, continue to do this, and we'll update when we're ready for some more. Alright, we are finally done here. You do have to be somewhat careful about the drill speed. I think I got it a little bit too high, and I got a little bit too much aggression on it. But overall, all of this decal came off really well, and this drill worked just fine. I feel a lot better kind of beating on it than I do my my new one. One thing we still have to take care of, prep-wise, is right here. You can see there's still some pinstriping. Looks like we need a Torx 15 to get this mirror off. I think these are going to be some 10mm bolts. All right. Wow, there's a bunch of gunk in here. I think that about does it for the decals and all the sticky stuff. I'm debating if I should take off this trim. Let's see if I have a wrench that'll fit. And it's going to be a real painful wrench turning adventure. You know, I really wonder how they installed these bolts at the factory. I've got to assume that there's some kind of double-sided tape on this. And if you look at these screw tips, they have some like glue on them. Let's bust out our instructions. Okay, so this should cover a C10. Wash the surface with pre-cleaner. Using a light-duty gray pad, removing as much loose scale dirt, and blah, blah, blah. Mix the required clear catalyst at a ratio of 8:1 to achieve chemical resistance. Mixed product will have a 2-hour pot life at 77. Blow off the provided applicator pad before using. Do not apply in direct sunlight. So alright, I've been working hard at kind of getting this all prepped up and scuffed up and cleaned up so we can do our clear coat. There's still a bunch of work to do on this bed to make it a little bit more even looking. I'm going to pause here and I'll come back with you guys a little bit later. Alright, I've been doing a bunch of cleanup here and I have discovered that there is actually paint protection film on these lower quarter panels, and it's just, you can't really pick it off, like it's just coming off in little pieces. So we're gonna have to use our magic eraser. It takes it off, but it just makes this stuff like super sticky, like it just comes off in a blob. So it kind of sucks, but we do have, you know, some time tomorrow to actually do the clear coat, so it's good that we're doing as much of the prep as we can today. We will hopefully be able to do our clear coat tomorrow. Probably the rest of this residue and junk will come off with some acetone. Unfortunately, I am fresh out of that right now, but I am going to go and get some tonight in preparation for tomorrow. Alright, I've got myself restocked on acetone, and with the Scotch-Brite pads, everything is coming up really clean. And over here, and I still have to do this whole side. So that's kind of where we're at. And again, I've just got these gray Scotch-Brite pads. These came with the kit from the Clear Coat company, but I went and got some more from the hardware store. Just some 3M brand ones. But the paint is coming up pretty clean again. There's just some residue and crap left over that I've got to really get off. So the acetone and the Scotch-Brite pads and rags are really doing a good job with it. So it is getting dark, but I did get myself a little work light here because I really need to get this truck cleaned up by tomorrow. I still have to, get all of the edges around the trim that has been removed, all that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to take those marker lights off and get around the edges of those. But we are getting very close to clear coat. I'm really excited about getting this thing shiny and looking pretty cool, so we'll see. All right, we are still in our cleanup phase. I have a copper pad and I have a tan pad. Hopefully this comes across, but we're really just trying to take off these dirt lines and remaining gunk left from the decals. And acetone is doing a really good job at taking that off. And I don't know, there's just an overall gunkiness here that we're trying to get rid of. Overall, it's turning out really well. We're getting this whole line to disappear. And tomorrow we're going to be ready for clear, I think. All right, another update. We're getting clean here. I'm about halfway done with this side, and we've just got to go and do the other side. So we're making a bunch of progress. All right, and then there's also this paint protection film, and it comes off very well, the remnants, with acetone. See, there's all the gunk and glue and stuff coming off. So I'll keep working on that, and we'll have more updates. All right, we are coming to a stopping point. It's getting a little bit too cold out to work. You can probably see there's frost on the hood here. So I'm going to pause here and we'll finish cleanup in the morning. And it looks like we're going to end up doing our clear coat then too. So we'll pick up then. All right, we are back here. It's the next day. And I've got pretty much all of the major cleanup done. There's just a little bit of some dust and stuff we've got to get rid of. Again, I really scuffed up these lower panels here. You can still see there's some loose material there that needs to come off before we start doing clear. But these upper bed sides are much cleaner. There was some really sticky, gunky stuff stuck on this area. Before, you might have seen some kind of gray discoloration in this copper color here. This bedside, again, much cleaner. We just need to clean this little bottom part here because there's just some runoff from some of the scuffed up material, paint material coming off and going lower on the body. What this is going to really just involve is the Scotch pad, some acetone, and some paper towels to clean up some of the excess. Before I do clear, I also have some tack cloth. So I'm going to be using that to also remove material before I actually do any sort of clear application. I'm going to get set up with the chest rig and we will start some more filming. What we need is acetone and some rags, and I really just want to see kind of where we're at cleanliness wise, and if we're going to get a whole bunch of material off up here. Not too bad. Yeah, this whole upper area is pretty clean. Where it really isn't, and where it's hardest for me to get to, is down here. Like you can see, we're getting quite a bit of junk off. So that's one way of doing it. I also want to test and see how our tack cloth does at removing this. If I can skip a step and get all this material off with the tack cloth, I'm going to try that. That's taking quite a bit of it off. It's not taking it all off. I think I still need to use the acetone first. So I'm going to pause on this and we're going to switch back. I think that's going to be our best bet. Okay, and it looks like there's still a little bit of some staining here from the glue on the trim that we removed. So I'm actually going to get a Scotch-Brite pad and we're going to scrub this down a little bit. Man, what the hell is this? Something sticky there. On some of these little spots. It's not too bad, but that is concerning because it'll definitely show up in clear coat. I don't know if it's wax or what. It could also be the rust fix. I mean, on the can, the rust fix says, you know, it's clear, and that's mostly true, but it's not completely true. I think that about does it as far as cleanup on this part of the hood. We just need to keep going and cleaning. Again, there's just a bunch of loose paint and stuff stuck up on here. And we need to get it removed. So, all I have to do is the whole rest of the truck. Easy, right? Alright, I've gone ahead and done all of my cleaning that I'm gonna do. The only thing really that's left is the clear coat. And the instructions, 8-to-1. So 8 parts clear coat to 1 part. Okay, and it has a 2-hour pot life. Have our clear coat. We have our catalyst. And then this kit has mixing sticks, buckets, and filters. Looks like there's some small sticks in here. I think what we'll use is one of these medium-sized cups. We've got some small measuring cups here. Sick. So I'll need one of those. I need a popsicle stick. And it looks like I'm going to want one of these lids. And one interesting thing, I forgot that this comes with a wax and grease remover. This might just be acetone, but I don't know. Let's see. It is not acetone. It smells like maybe it's odorless paint thinner. Let's screw the cap on. Or odorless mineral spirits is what it smells like. So this cup is 1 ounce. Mix this up a little. So we got a little pull tab in here. And I'm going to go for 16 ounces. Okay. So that should be half of this. And then for the catalyst, okay, so since we use 16 ounces of the clear coat, we want 2 ounces of this stuff. So 1 ounce. We'll do half of this. And so we need 2 ounces. Ooh, the sun's catching that, not great. I don't know if you can see this or not. But, okay. And then we mix. Okay. So let's cover this up. Make sure that stays good. Okay. And then we have some application rags, which seems to be cut up t-shirts. Oh wait, are these cleaning rags? Ah, this is the applicator. Okay. Let's get a tacky cloth. Okay. So that's probably good. Let's get a rag. Let's try and use this since we have it. Yeah, see, that's coming pretty clean. Like, there's a little bit from the window trim, but it's looking pretty good. What we'll do is we'll hit it with the tack cloth really quick. Again, that's coming away pretty clean. Just to make sure we don't have any lint or other junk in our clear coat. Let's get our applicator again. All right. Whoa. Maybe let's squeeze that out. Okay. Let's take our tack cloth. Let's do this other half. Oops. Well, that's not good. Once this has started to dry, you're kind of committed. Well, I'm glad I started on the roof. Oh, and you know what? Oh, geez. Getting us all over the trim too, which I think is kind of unavoidable. And I mean, I could just be like applying this way too thick. But they did say you could use acetone to remove quote unquote unwanted product. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, you cannot go over this again. Once you've done it, you're committed. Yeah, I'm definitely not happy with how the roof turned out. But at least it's just the roof. Oh man, you have to be so careful with this. I'm just kind of going ham here, but alright, if I have it to do over again, I would probably use a spray gun to apply this in the future. One thing you also have to watch for with their applicator is you can see there's like these ends of it that are stitched. That leaves way, 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 way more bubbles in your product. Then if you don't, then if you use the smooth side, so that was a mistake. Oh man, there's junk coming off in the applicator. Well, looks like we need to mix up some more. And change out gloves. What we'll do is we'll mix up 4 ounces and then we'll do a 1/2 ounce of this. And we should keep our ratios good. See, there's some little bits coming off on this applicator. For making a dull truck shiny, not too bad. For a wipe-on application outside in the middle of the day, I did not exactly follow the instructions here, but it's glossy looking. And probably, at least for a first coat or go, it looks good enough for me. I'm going for it looks okay from a distance kind of stuff. Again, I am not here to make a show truck. I just want to get this thing looking a little bit shinier. And we're going to end up, I think, doing a second coat on this. This is good enough maybe to get us through the winter. But I think come spring, I want to do this over again. I mentioned probably earlier sometime in this video, I think the wipe-on application would work really well on a slightly less awkward vehicle. This is pretty large. And I think this is going to be a better product to spray on like a larger truck like this. Like, it's really hard for me to reach over the hood and some of that stuff to get this clear coat on. So I think I'm going to end up using probably a spray gun. I do like this product. I think it's a good product. But doing the wipe on with the applicator, like I delinted it and stuff, kind of, before I started trying to use it. And I ended up with just little bits of it kind of coming off and coming into the clear coat. There's like a couple little spots where you can see this stuff. I'm not gonna fuss over it right now because, again, this is like one coat. And what they do tell you to do is, once you've done one coat, scuff it up and then do another coat. So again, a couple little things trapped in the surface I'm not too concerned about, but again, it is kind of what it is. I'll definitely want to come back and like clean some of these things out of the finish because they are on the surface. All right. Again, I'm not really trying to show you what you should do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. You should definitely follow the instructions. And we'll see you next time. Peace.